here at the 55th minute of setons game. It's 2v1 at this point, character versus Casmus and Monk. We got something interesting happening with character sneaking in two chickens close to Casmus' base. They are getting hit by mercies now, but they will do damage. It's kind of amazing that they got this far. You can see character has a massive base, and actually Casmus is sitting there with his ACU. And this is kind of crazy. This could be the beginning of an amazing comeback. This is now 1v1. Casmus definitely surprised to see the two chickens walk like this through the ocean. And now you can see unit limit is not the friend for Monk. And this has become very interesting. The navies completely belong to Monk at this point. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. Now these two chickens still have quite a bit of health. They could probably cause a lot of damage here, but it looks like they turned around. Not clear why. Monk's sitting here around a whole bunch of PD. You can see all those units were not able to be given. So actually this navy could be taken back by character if you really wanted to. And here he's got a chicken fighting back against this navy. There's some battle cruisers here. So this has become interesting. It looks like air does belong to Monk. The character probably has a lot of build capacity here. You can see a lot of hives, definitely plenty of mass. If he's got the power, he can make a lot of things. We see some stuff flying here. Who knows what it is? And these chickens aren't stopping actually, so maybe this was the right direction. And Monk, for whatever reason, not making any more mercies. I guess he has a few mercies. Yeah, the mercies are coming in. These chickens vet up very quickly. Actually, I see character moving in with his ASF, but should be a big numbers advantage. See, one of these chickens is about to die. But still one alive. Now if he can take out an anti-nuke or something like that, the anti-nuke sitting right there would be massive damage, but it doesn't look like he's moving forward. And now these mercies will finish it off. But still, it looks like more than half of, well, nearly half of the top team's base is now missing. So in terms of eco, a character might actually have an advantage. And if he builds up more ASF, he should have plenty of build capacity. See some hives and NGs. And this is good for Monk that he did not lose these hives in the anti-nuke. Still has his nuke launcher. More ASF coming in from character, so it looks like he's got his production working pretty well. Two nice chunks of mass for Monk. He also has plenty of mass here at TA's old base. So this has been overall a pretty exciting game. Probably won't cast it because it was too long. This is a pretty exciting finish. So character can think about doing teleports, not directly at the ACU, but somewhere in a corner, build a base, maybe build an experimental, try to sneak in. It's very important for both players in a game like this to have Omni, so T3 radar. You can see Aeon is a big advantage. Character does not have Aeon. Character has Cybern and Seraphim and UEF. And if we look at Monk, has got UEF and Aeon. He should have Seraphim somewhere. He's got Cybern, UEF, and Aeon. He could have had Seraphim, but probably not that big a deal. This would be very dangerous for Monk to fight here over character's base. Getting some glimpses of it. He definitely has a lot of production. a lot of T3 anti-air, so flying here is pretty suicidal. So this could be the beginning of the end for Monk if he loses his ASF, and now he's retreating. You can see characters' planes just getting free shots. No plans for Navy. Definitely unit limit is going to be the issue. And for build capacity, either hives or kennels, and then I mean, Aeon is a massive advantage given that you can just do this. You can look with the Aeon eye. In terms of reconnaissance, Deva should have the advantage. And he's got naval control, but it doesn't look like he's got any kind of naval building capacity, at least in the bottom ocean. Not clear whether or not he will do anything about that. Also, taking over these islands is a little dangerous given that we just saw a nuke from Monk. Nukes can easily take those out, given that it takes way too long to get an anti-nuke on one of those, and it's questionable whether or not it's worth it. There's a lot of mass all over the ground, so mass is usually not a problem an hour into this game. So it looks like this nuke is directed somewhere, probably right here. It's just economy. Looks like a T3 factory from EEF. See a lot of ASF. Oh, it's just a glimpse. So still no sign of characters ACU. And it doesn't look like Monk is really doing much. He really needs to get more power and make this mass into experimentals. Looks like multiple experimentals coming through the middle for a character. And if Monk loses air, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. You can see where that nuke hit. So nice nuke, you might as well take what's given to you. Another good place for a nuke would probably be, if there's no anti-nuke here, would be nice. Also probably a little more scouting for Monk would be nice. And you can see these two chickens, one is already halfway dead. We might see an ASF fight here. It doesn't look like Monk is taking back his mass spots. Just working on his anti-nukes, making GC at his ACU, making yet another nuke. That nuke is very undefended, so if character is Cybern, which he is, he's going to be teleporting for sure. Should expect something nice from character. How we see the ASF fight, it still looks like Monk has the numbers. Chicken is about to die. If we look at the production, it's basically one factory with NGs, another factory with NGs and hives. So only two factories. There is another air factory here not being used. Chickens are moving in. It looks like they're split into two here by character. Perhaps character is going to attack TA's old base, though there are some T3PD here, so it would probably take more than one experimental. And this should be the end for that chicken. Nice chunk of mass. So still air belongs to Monk, but the question is how long can he sustain this air control. This is a very good looking air production here from character, and in terms of wreckage, well, it's going to be very close. It's hard to tell who's got more mass on the ground, and it doesn't look like either player is really using all that mass. Now you can see a nuke has been built plus a shield. So maybe Monk just figures he'll play defense, keep control of air, and keep on nuking. Might be a dangerous situation though, because character can do the exact same thing. So this place is relatively well defended from nukes, 2 anti-nukes. There's also an anti-nuke close to Monk's base, his ACU. It looks like 3 total anti-nukes for Monk. Not clear how many anti-nukes are for character. There's one here. It looks like the shields are not working. Perhaps the character has some power problems. So we sit and wait. So here's another nuke. So multiple GCs being built by Monk. But in this situation, we really gotta be making a lot of T3 power and build capacity, because those are going to be your limiting factors. So let's see where that nuke goes. Looks like some trouble here for Monk. All those mass extractors just died. I didn't notice how that happened. So it looks like it's a nuke to the middle that took out a few T3 mass extractors, and really not much else. So questionable nuke, but I guess that's alright. Maybe the only undefended spot. And now Monk is going in with his ASF. This could be dangerous. There is a Omni here. Should be taken out. That's a lot of reconnaissance for character with that unit. We see strap bombers now being made by Monk. He still has not found character's ACU, however. Not clear why he's not using his eye to look everywhere. And still no T3 air production from this factory. Multiple T3 air factories could make probably a few Percys. Try to drop those. And now we see the strat bombers coming in from Monk. Perhaps he's going to go after the anti-nuke and then nuke. Because it's definitely not defended. That's a lot of ASF from character, so this could be a bad situation for Monk. These strat bombers should get through. And there goes the anti-nuke. This would be a massive loss for character once a nuke hits here. There's a spider here for character. And this could be the end of air control for Monk. Now we also see a megalith for character is gonna force this navy back. And there is the nuke from Monk. So he attacked the only place he could see. Be really interesting to see here. And now character, given that he has air control, can start hitting back, maybe with some air of his own. It's gonna be tragic. That'd be the best way to see this. Here comes the nuke. See character here chasing Monk's ASF. There's a bit of a lag there. Usually when a game is this late, there is a little bit of a lag. So that's a lot of T3 power here. A lot of hives. That was an Aeon nuke, so it hits when it hits the ground. Unlike the Cybern, it explodes above. And actually some hives still survived, so maybe not a perfect placement, maybe slightly further to the left would have been better. But now we do see SF from character flying over Monk's base. Let's see the kills on this nuke. Actually, we cannot see it. Multiple GCs. We see 3 GCs from Monk. And he has lost air control. So from character we can expect some interesting things like drops and other things. Still has a lot of base that we cannot see. This unit should really be killed. Yeah, this is unfortunate that all this mass is not being used. Maybe the unit cap is the thing that's killing Monk right now, although it doesn't look like it should be too much of a problem anymore. Let's see where this other nuke comes. Yeah, reconnaissance is not happening. It's very disturbing. Now we can see 3 GCs by Monk have been sent. He's working on the 4th. So now this nuke perhaps here or here. It's not clear where. It would have been nice to use this eye to look. Yeah, he looks with the eye. That's gonna be a pretty devastating nuke. Okay. So he nuked that first. He's gonna nuke here next. No anti-nuke for character. The character has to be making a plan. I don't believe he's just gonna get nuked like this. Although that is happening. And yet another nuke from Monk. I guess when you have this much build capacity on the nuke, it does make those nuke pretty quick. This will probably be here. So peace and quiet. Actually an anti-nuke. Oh yeah, that gives character a massive boost. Yeah, this becomes interesting now because with all this build capacity and all this mass, character just might be able to yeah, he finally saw the anti-nuke right there. Monk might try to do some more strat bombing, but it's going to be very difficult to get past all these T3 anti-air. Plus we saw the character does have a nice air force now. There is a megalith in the middle. Might not be enough to go up against these 3 GCs. We see a squadron of bombers. Looks like 6 strats. That Omni should really be dead. If it was dead, then character would not be seeing these flying, because it's pretty obvious that these are strat bombers. See if they actually even get past. So T3 anti-air preferentially targets strat bombers before it targets SF, so you can see a lot of those strats. They didn't even make it. Or did they? It looks like the actual wreckage of the plane. Maybe a single bomb, so this anti-nuke has been taken out. That's a very big win for Monk. I did not think that those planes would actually get through. It looks like the last one actually dropped off the bomb. So the next nuke from Monk is going to cause a lot of damage to character. Character could be making T3 or anti-nuke somewhere else. And now we're seeing in the middle GCs versus, it looks like it's a megalith. And it's just a flak. So 3 GCs versus a mega. That's going to be an easy win for the GCs. Now the GCs have one, but there's, and it looks like a spider here as well. The spider's going to die. Now I've seen this ASF fight. Pretty even numbers, but maybe a little more for character. But more coming in from Monk. It looks like the spider has escaped into the water. Without character actually moving in. That's a very strange thing to do. Choosing to fight closer to Monk's production. This is a bad place to fly over for character. Yeah, the absolute worst place to fight. So it looks like character will lose this fight. Now these 3 GCs moving in, not clear if character has anything to counter them. And now you can see Monk looking for more things to nuke, and there is no anti-nuke here anymore. It's going to be pretty devastating. And actually we just saw character teleport in. And he actually gets a draw. That was pretty amazing that Monk was sitting outside of his shield and character steals a draw. And if you look at his base, he really had nothing except a whole bunch of defense, and when he would have lost this with nukes, it would have been an easy win for Monk, but Monk did not keep his ACU under shields. So pretty nice end to a game.